Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I've come to a very special place. It's a place I've been to once before, but it was before I started the YouTube channel, so I've never made a video here. Let me show you where it is. This is a little clue as to the nature of the place that I'm visiting. We're at a place called Dunino Den, and it is very, very mysterious place with links to the ancient Picts who inhabited Scotland long before the Scots arrived. And it seems to have some sort of ceremonial use. And it's beautiful. Let's go. So I'm going to head down into the den now, and the way we get to the den is, they're not quite as ropey as the Devil's Pulpit stairs, but it's a similar idea. So I'll try and video as we go down, but if it gets a bit too ropey and I've got to use my hands, then I'll pop the camera away and I'll catch you when I get down there, hopefully. We've got a lovely, beautiful still day today. So we've got this beautiful dappled light on the side of the gorge. There is definitely something quite magical about this place. I can't remember where it is, but there's a head carved into the rock face. I'm going to go and try and find that first, and then I'll get the camera out and we'll begin the process of making some images. As I said, I've been once before, but I just can't for the life of me remember precisely where the head is. An old Celtic symbol there. Oh, there's the face. Can you see that? I'll definitely try and take a photograph of that. We have another symbol there. It looks a lot more modern, to be honest, but right, and as well as the kind of a ethereal feel that I'm trying to create, I also have my infrared camera with me. I didn't bring the whole kit, so it's basically just the camera, one lens and one filter. But I'm going to try and make an image or two with that, because that should render all this foliage as almost pure white. And we do have kind of patchy blue sky, so any blue sky will obviously render as almost jet black. So it should give it that kind of ethereal, otherworldly feel. which I think is what is required for such a beautiful spot. And I love the sound of the birds. Right, let's get the camera out and see what we can do. Basically what I've done is I'm trying to exclude the sky. So I've got a vertical crop, but it starts from around about there. I've focused on the face, and I'm including quite a lot of this moss covered boulder at the side. I'm fairly wide. I'm shooting out about 24-25mm on the 24-105 lens, and that's allowing me to include the base with these roots as well, kind of sweeping round. I'm including some of the detail on this wall, so you know the offerings that have been left. So I'm including them, and I'm including just a little hint of the trees down here with the old ribbons and clouties attached. It's a fairly straightforward shot, but because it's quite dark down here, I'm having to do quite a long exposure. But I think it's a nice introduction to the den. Right, I've moved on from the head and I've come round slightly. The stairs are around that side there, but I kind of like this it's almost like a kind of amphitheatre, isn't it? We've got just a little bit of subdued light hitting there. You got these beautiful trees to the side, and you have the leading line of this rock wall just curving round, and it's a fairly straightforward shot. One thing I've found already being here is I'm trying to be respectful of the site, and I'm trying to be respectful of the history and the tradition of the site, but I'm also trying to be respectful to the people who left offerings, because there are little notes and messages and some private items left, and I don't really want to include them on the video. So that is restricting where I can shoot, because obviously I'm keen to avoid including any of them. Another thing is it's quite a compact site, so although there's a lot to see and there's a lot to photograph, it's spread over the space of maybe 100 square metres or something like that. So it's quite tricky to find something unique and something original. As I say, I've shot this area once before, but not with a video camera, just with my good old-fashioned trusty Canon 5D Mark III. So I've probably already got all the shots that I'm going to take today, but it's in slightly different conditions. I do have the infrared camera with me, and I'm videoing it for the first time, so hopefully I'll have found something different. I want to explore this area here and see if there's a shot here. There might even be some more carvings in this area. I'm not actually sure one way or the other, but I love the colour contrast in that. Like, we've got the beautiful greens here, and it kind of just transitions into this beautiful orange brown with just a little patch of light coming through. Absolutely beautiful, and you've got some light on the trees in the background as well. So I might actually grab a shot there. Oh, I love the sound of those birds. What I've done here is I've focused on this foreground moss covered boulder. I'm including this huge boulder here, which actually kind of almost like shaped like a human head, I think. You get the nose, the mouth, eye and the eye. But anyway, so I've included that. I'm including this tree here and that far rock wall. Unfortunately we've lost the light just now, so it's quite flat, but I'm just waiting to see if we get any more direct light, because the light was just kissing this mossy cheek here and the back wall. So if we get any more direct light, then that'll give it a bit of depth. But I do like that, and I'm going to shoot it both in visible light and in infrared, because I quite like the composition of these three boulders, the tree, the foliage background. I like that. We just need a little splash of light to bring some colour to it. Beautiful. Right, I've come around a little bit, and what I'm doing is I'm focusing on that boulder that I was using as the backdrop before. I'm kind of shooting it a bit more square on. I'm being a little bit careful because, as you can see here, there are quite a lot of tributes and little notes being left. I don't really want to include all that. And I don't know, is that me again, or can I see another face in that rock? I can definitely see another face in that rock. Right, I found this old Celtic cross which has been carved into the rock face. I'm guessing that's fairly recent because, well, the Picts weren't particularly Christian, were they? But I do again love the colour contrast. And I've just turned around and noticed that we've actually got some direct light on that rock again. So I'm going to try and work with that before it disappears again. Maybe something like that. Okay, I've come down to the water side, and what I'm doing is I'm just firing off a couple of shots, pretty much this composition, because we've got some lovely light, some beautiful reflections, a little bit of light catching what looks like the nose of that rock, and I'm also going wide enough so that I can include the stairs working the way out of the den. I've come a little bit further forward because this, I'm guessing, is the most popular viewpoint because it is unbelievably muddy. So I'm kind of avoiding that. And I'm going to take a couple of quite close-ups because I do like these ferns. So what I've done is I've done quite a tight crop there. Oh, and I just hit the camera in the middle of the shot. Amateur. Anyway, so I quite like that kind of tight crop, including the ferns and most of that rock face. Absolutely beautiful. Now that I've pretty much shot the bulk of what I had intended to shoot, I'm going to go back round with the infrared camera and see how it all looks in infrared. I've come a little bit further down, but unfortunately because of all these trees that have come down, you don't really get much of a reflection in the water, which is a shame. I've still to take some pictures of these stacked stones, so I'll do that. And I haven't yet included this central tree stump. There's just so much to shoot. I quite like this. You've got these trees which have fallen obviously and they're forming a leading line. You've got the trees on this side which are curving down as well, so you've almost got kind of an arc here, and that's framing the water and that amazing rock face. And then you've got the background, obviously the trees and the foliage. Right, so that's it for Dunino Den. Hope you enjoyed. There was people starting to appear, so I decided to move on and let them enjoy the place in the same peace and quiet that I had. So I'm going to move on now. But hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a little thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, because I've got some more amazing locations planned. So in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.